There's a 1966 experiment where spilling coffee made a man more respected, a Nobel Prize that proves losing $50 hurts twice as much as winning it feels good, and a reason you prefer your mirror face to your real one. Psychology already decoded you. Decades ago. School just skipped that chapter. So consider the next 10 minutes the recall notice on your own brain. Number 10 explains the tab you've reopened 6 times today. Stay past 30 seconds and you'll never watch your own decisions the same way again. Number 10. The Zeigarnik effect. Your brain is a nagging waiter. In the 1920s, psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something odd in a Vienna cafe. Waiters remembered unpaid orders perfectly and forgot them the second the bill was settled. Her follow-up research suggested unfinished tasks stick in memory dramatically better than completed ones. Your brain treats open loops like splinters. This is why cliffhangers work, why you can't stop thinking about the email you didn't send, and why Netflix autoplay is basically weaponized Zeigarnik. The hack? If anxiety keeps you up at night, write down a specific next step for the unfinished task. Studies by Masacampo and Baumeister in 2011 found that simply planning the task releases the mental loop. You don't have to finish it, you just have to trick the waiter. Number 9. Reactance theory, the toddler that never left. In 1966, Jack Brem identified psychological reactance. When someone restricts your freedom, even slightly, you want the forbidden thing more, purely out of spite. This is why wet paint signs get touched, why banned books become bestsellers, and why telling your partner to calm down has a success rate of approximately never. The useful part? Flip it. Instead of commanding, offer choices. Research on the "but you are free" technique, a meta-analysis of 42 studies by Carpenter in 2013, showed that simply adding "but it's your choice" roughly doubled compliance rates. Freedom isn't just nice, it's a lever. Number 8. The peak end rule. Your memory is a terrible accountant. Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman found that we don't remember experiences by their average. We remember the peak moment and the ending and quietly delete the rest. In a famous 1996 colonoscopy study, patients who had a longer procedure with a gentler ending rated the whole experience as less unpleasant. More discomfort, better memory. Your brain isn't archiving reality, it's writing a movie trailer. Application? End things well. End the workday with an easy win. End the vacation with the best activity, not the airport sprint. You're not living your life, you're living the highlights reel your brain edits later. Direct the edit. Number 7. Self-perception theory. You are your own audience. Daryl Bem, 1972, proposed something backwards sounding. We don't act based on who we are, we decide who we are by watching ourselves act. You don't run because you're a runner, you conclude you're a runner because you keep catching yourself running. This is why tiny actions beat grand intentions. Every small behavior is evidence in the courtroom of your identity. Do one push-up, and your inner jury whispers, "Huh. Exhibit A." James Clear built an empire on this. Bem got there 50 years earlier with worse marketing. Number 6. The pratfall effect. Competence needs a crack in it. Elliot Aronson's 1966 experiment found that highly competent people become more likable after a small blunder, like spilling coffee, while average people become less likable. Perfection is alienating. Flawed excellence is magnetic. This is why your favorite creators show their failures, and why the effortlessly messy celebrity interview is a carefully constructed product. The catch most videos miss: the pratfall only works if competence is already established. Spill the coffee after the brilliant presentation, not before. Order of operations matters in math and in charm. And it's gendered and audience dependent. Later research found the effect strongest when observers had average self-esteem. Perfectionists judge the blunder harshly. Know your room before you trip. Charm is a targeted weapon, not a spray.
Let's continue with number 5, loss aversion. Losing hurts about twice as much as finding canes feel good. Kahneman and Tversky's prospect theory, 1979, losses loom roughly twice as large as equivalent gains. Losing $50 hurts about twice as much as finding $50 feels good. This asymmetry quietly runs your life. It's why you hold losing stocks, stay in mediocre relationships, and keep the gym membership you haven't used since a previous government. The reframe: when stuck on a decision, don't ask, what do I gain by changing? Ask, what am I losing by staying? Same math, different fuel. Your brain will finally pay attention. Marketers weaponize this daily. Don't miss out. Outsells. Come get this. Free trials work because canceling feels like losing something you never paid for. Once you see the loss frame in every ad, you can't unsee it, and it stops working on you. Number 4, the mere exposure effect. Familiarity breeds affection. Robert Zegarnik in 1968, simply seeing something repeatedly makes you like it more, even when you don't consciously remember seeing it. In one study, participants preferred mirror image photos of themselves, while friends preferred the regular photos because each group liked the version they'd been exposed to. This is why the song you hated in week 1 is your anthem by week 4. It also means the discomfort of anything new is not a verdict. It's a countdown timer. Give new people, foods, and ideas a fair number of exposures before your brain votes. One warning label: exposure amplifies whatever's already there. Zegarnik's successors found that if the first impression is negative, repetition can deepen the dislike. Familiarity doesn't create love, it turns up the volume on the verdict. Number 3, learned helplessness. The cage door is open. Martin Seligman's experiments in 1967 showed that dogs exposed to unavoidable shocks eventually stopped trying to escape, even when escape became trivially possible. They'd learned the lesson, "Nothing I do matters," and kept obeying it after it stopped being true. Humans do the same with careers, math, and dating. But here's the twist from Seligman's later work. The 2016 reappraisal with Stephen Meyer found helplessness may actually be the brain's default, and it's control that must be learned. You're not broken for feeling stuck. You're factory settings. Escape is a skill, which means it's trainable. Number 2, the fundamental attribution error. Everyone's a villain but you. When you cut someone off in traffic, it's because you're late. When they do it, it's because they're a sociopath in a sedan. Lee Ross named this in 1977. We explain others' behavior by their character and our own by circumstances. It's the single largest source of unnecessary interpersonal misery. The fix costs nothing. Before judging, invent one situational explanation. Just one. You'll be wrong sometimes, but you're already wrong now, just in the less forgiving direction. Number 1, the spotlight effect. Nobody's watching, genuinely. Gilovich, 2000, students forced to wear an embarrassing Barry Manilow t-shirt, estimated about 50% of people noticed it. Actual number? Around 25%. We chronically overestimate how much others observe us because we're the main character of our own movie and assume we've got the same billing in everyone else's. Here's the liberating math. Everyone is too busy starring in their film to review yours. The embarrassing thing you said in 2019, you're its only remaining fan. The spotlight you feel is a flashlight, and you're the one holding it. So, your brain nags like a waiter, sulks like a toddler, edits like a Hollywood producer, and judges everyone but its owner. And now you know. Which theory called you out the hardest? Confess in the comments. Statistically, it's number 2, but you'll blame your circumstances. If this earned its minutes, subscribe. Your future self will watch himself click the button and conclude he's the kind of person who makes good decisions. That's number 7. It's already working.